So you have heard many times that women are emotional beings and men are logical beings. And I can also guess that with all the experiences you have had with women and the teachings you have received about this female gender, you have no doubt in your mind that this is actually correct.
Okay.
Now I want you to also get the orientation that while women are more emotional than men and men are more logical than women, it doesn't mean that men do not have and express emotions, okay? Or that women do not ever consider any logical narrative.
Okay.
Of course, both genders have emotions and a sense of logic in them, but nature has only wired women to be loyal to their emotions and men loyal to reason, that is logic. And the reason for this is because nature tries to balance things up, and that is why the world is made up of both male and female, and the two genders need each other to function properly, just the way nature has intended it. And that is the law of opposites, or you can call it polarity. Men cannot do without women, and women cannot also do without men. Although men can almost do without women and women can almost not do without men. The degree to which one gender cannot do without the other is actually not the same. And that is why you will hear myself and some other masculinity teachers telling you that men are the prize, with tangible reasons to back it up. Anyway, that is not the point here.
Continue.
Men have emotions too, just like women do. But because of the scheme of power dynamics, the narrative of leading and following, authority and submission, women have been given more of emotions and wired to be loyal to it in order to keep them under the authority of men, as it should be. And that is why, though we have problems in relationships, even when it is the man that is leading the woman, and that is always most likely due to the ignorance or the naivety of the man. But when you have a case where it is the woman that is leading the man, it becomes worse because women are not good with handling power. They will use it to emasculate the man. So men have emotions too, and because of the dominance of logic in our own senses, we generally express our positive emotions more than the negative ones. Love, commitment, loyalty, collaboration, as opposed to women who express more of hate, jealousy, chaos, competition, and scorn.
You get it?
Not that men do not express the negatives and women do not express the positives. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it is a lot easier to find a woman expressing jealousy than it is to find a man expressing the same emotion.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
So basically, women have their entire life being dominated and controlled by emotions. And since they have become slaves to it, they express more of the negatives, which brings about chaos in their lives. And that is the reason why they need a man to bring stability to them and guide them right. Remember that women are babies in adult bodies. And in the narrative of polarity, that is the law of opposites, women are on the negative side of things while men are on the positive side of things. And by the law of polarity, negative doesn't necessarily mean bad and positive doesn't necessarily mean good. The negative and positive are just like the two sides of a coin. And of course, one side alone does not make a coin. It is both sides that make the coin. The front side, representing the positive, only has a face value of superiority over the back side, which is representing the negative. And since men are on the positive side of polarity, that is the reason why we have been given more of the sense of reason and logic, so we can be able to lead and chart the course of our lives. That is why any man you see who is more emotional than logic always gives and exudes the vibe of a woman. And you can tell by what he does, how he carries himself, and how he responds and reacts to the issues of life.
You don't want?
Even women can quickly spot a feminine man, that is a man who is too emotional and expresses more of his emotions than his reason. And those are the kind of men that easily breathe dust, because women usually do not have mercy on this kind of men. They punish them for their weakness and their inability to become objectives to be able to lead their lives properly.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
So as a man, nobody is saying that you shouldn't express emotions. Of course, you are not complete without your emotions, and you cannot really function in this world without emotions. Because if you didn't need emotions, nature wouldn't have deposited them inside of you. But the point is that you must make conscious and deliberate efforts to rule over those emotions and not allow them to enslave you, like in the case of women. You rule over your emotions by learning, understanding, and applying core masculine principles like the things we are teaching and learning in the Vamos University. Creating value for yourself, leveling up your game, that is your social interaction skills, improving your frame, that is your individual and personal strengths. So when you tie all of this together, you will realize that your mental strength, your knowledge, and your wisdom about life will be more objective than emotional. You will know when to show empathy and when to show love and kindness, but you will also know when to take seemingly harsh decisions and actions to maintain order and discipline and balance in your life and even in your relationship and in your marriage too, given the fact that you are dealing with and interacting with a creature that is enslaved in her emotions. That way you are balanced, and even women who may accuse you at first of being too difficult to deal with simply because you don't give them the chance to manipulate you or you don't allow them to misbehave and go scot-free, they will respect you for being resolute enough to lead with a proper masculine frame and purpose with direction, and they will even feel secured and safe and more protected around you simply because while they sacrifice their lives on the altar of their emotions, you are there ruling your own emotions, leading your life, dominating your own world. So they will want to be a part of that world. They will want to have a feel of what that world actually looks like.
We are extremely happy. We are extremely happy. I don't know whether you can define the word extremely.
Mind you, the point of all of this is not that you are doing it to impress any woman or anybody at all. No, you are rather doing it for yourself. But the truth remains that when you become this kind of man, your value becomes high. And value does not hide. Even women are attracted to value. So they will definitely find you. That means the other side of the coin simply finds you and wants to take the front side of your face value. Bro, you can't run away from women. No matter how hard you try, they will always find you, even if you don't need them, especially if you're a man with value. The law of polarity will always prevail. You didn't make this rule, bro. Nature did. So just understand these things, learn and apply them, and watch your life become better. Vamos.